Hello everyone, happy spooky season. Welcome back to Natalie's makeup channel. Today I will be showing you how to achieve this spooky glam skull, something super easy that is also really recommended for anyone that's starting out with Halloween makeup or if you're a beginner. If you want to see how I got today's Halloween glam, go ahead and keep watching this tutorial. Let's get started. I already have some skincare products on, so with that, I'm going to use the Pixie Glow Mist right on top of the skin. This has a little bit of argan oil infused for hydration. On top of that, using the NYX Refresh Mist, following that with the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. One of my favorite primers, just because it's really good for combination skin. It's going to give you a lot of hydration without adding too much of a thick, greasy texture. Once the skin is all prepped and primed, go in with your favorite foundation. Today, I wanted to do something a little bit more mattifying just because I knew that I was going to be placing a lot of products on top of it. So for today's application, I went in with the NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop Foundation. If you have drier skin, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this foundation for you unless you really had a good skin regimen or a lot of hydration before, because this one is super mattifying and oil-free. It can tend to look a little bit dry. But because I was super hydrated and I was going to be applying a lot of different skincare and makeup products, I wanted to make sure that they would blend well together on the skin. To blend this all in, I first went in with a round, dense brush. On the smaller areas of the face, I switched over to a small concealer brush to blend in. Once you have an even enough base with your foundation, use your favorite concealer under the eyes, on the nose, and a little bit on the chin. Because this concealer is super light for me, I did put a little bit of foundation right on the chin just to blend that all together. Using the warmth of my finger, blending under the eyes before I use any brushes to blend out. Since this is a few shades lighter than my skin tone and I really wanted to give that super glam brightening look, I went in first with the finger, then the concealer brush, and a foundation brush at the end to blend it all out. Before setting the foundation with any translucent powder, I went in with the cream contour, using this on the sides of the face, the nose, a little bit on the chin, and also under the chin. You'll notice in today's tutorial, I did do more of an extreme glam, something more insta glam that would suit the skull a lot better, just because I knew I was going to be using a lot of dark colors and I wanted to make it really dramatic. I'm applying this with a flat foundation brush, and then just to really blend that out into the skin, because I did use a heavier contour, I made sure to switch to different kinds of brushes just depending on the area of the face. Because I was going for a extreme heavy glam with the skull, I wanted to make sure that we got that color and definition. So on top of that cream contour, I went in with a darker contour powder. This one has no shimmer just because I wanted to make sure that the skin was a little bit more mattified, ready for all the Halloween products to go on top. And for application here, I'm using a smaller contour brush just to make sure I'm packing it on the sides of the forehead and really giving that dimension. Once I finish the contour, I go over with the Cover FX translucent light powder to set under the eyes, on the bridge of the nose as well, and the chin. Once you heavily set those areas of the face, make sure to blend out with a large fluffy brush. To bring some life and color back into the skin, I used the Tarte face palette, using a mix of two shades. One's a little bit more matte and one has a tiny bit of shimmer. Now that I was pretty much done with the natural base or the pre-base for the Halloween glam, I went in with my eyebrow pencil just to fill it out really quickly. As always, I already have the eyebrow gel on, and then I'm going in with the NYX Professional Eyebrow Pencil and using a spoolie just to really blend out where I felt like I applied a little bit too much or making sure those hairs were in place. For this specific look, your eyebrows do not have to be perfect whatsoever, because with the Glam skull that we are going to be working on, it does cover up quite a bit of the eyebrows. It's definitely a messy, fun Halloween look, so it's not going to be perfect, but make sure you do have that eyebrow shape for what we are going to do next. Using the Melt Dark Matter stack and a large fluffy brush, I'm taking a light brown shade, blending that all in my crease around the outer edge, and then bringing that up into the front of the eyebrow. This specific look is going to be definitely something that anybody can achieve, especially if you're a beginner or someone that's never done Halloween makeup. You guys will see throughout this tutorial, I don't actually use anything that's specific special effects makeup or anything only for Halloween. This is all products that you probably have at home already, and it's going to be easy for you to achieve. Once I packed on enough of that light brown color, I took a little bit down the nose just to blend in, because we will be placing some black there later. Packing on and adding a little bit more dimension, I'm taking a dark brown shade from the Dose of Colors palette. You already know that's one of my favorite go-to palettes. It has a great contour shade in there and some really good black and brown matte shades. So I'm using this to pack on the outer corner, bringing that into the crease and a little bit into the eyebrow. While packing these colors on the eye, you want to make sure that you follow your eye shape. Everyone will be different. Making sure that you follow the bones on your face and going into the eyebrow is just going to really give the look of the dimension that a skull would have. Using that same brown shade very lightly on a small contour brush, I'm using that on the sides of the face just to give that dimension. I'm going for more of that ghoul glam. With that brush, you want to make sure not to apply too much product because it is a dark color, so just go a little bit at a time. Dipping into the NYX Cosmetics Primal color in black, I'm going to apply this right onto the inner corner of the eyebrow. This is going to make sure that it gives us that teardrop effect to really give the appearance more of like a skull eye. This is one of my go-to black shadows. Unfortunately, I think they just discontinued it, but it's going to be something you can pack on heavily and then blend out really well. For this part, because I did want to give it that triangular shape to make more of a skull appearance, I'm using an eyebrow brush and flicking that up towards the inner corner of my eyebrow. So using that black and brown eyeshadow from the Dose of Colors palette, I'm going in with the first brush we used just to blend out that harsh inner corner we did. What I love about this Halloween glam is that it's something super fun and simple to do. You don't have to be precise with it at all. You don't have to have a steady hand. It's just all about following your eye shape and seeing what kind of appearance you want to give to make it look more like a skull. Using the lightest brown shade from the Melt Dark Matter stack and a large fluffy brush, I'm going around the outer corners to blend and diffuse everything out. Popping back into the NYX Primal colors, taking a little bit of shadow onto the lash line and dragging it out into the outer corner. With this product, I don't want to give the appearance of a wing. I just wanted to make sure my eyes were really defined and give a little bit of smokiness. Because we are going to be placing a lot of black on the face and on the mouth, I wanted to make sure that the eyes were balanced and had that same dimension. To bring a little bit of red and maroon into the look, taking that specific eyeshadow from the Melt stack, using that on the outer corner, blending it in with the black and the browns. Take that same black shadow, apply that with an eyebrow brush on the bottom lash line. And you can't really see here, but I'm not necessarily applying it inside the waterline. I use a different product later. I'm applying that right under the lash line just to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. Taking a dark brown to blend that in softly under the eye. Use a pencil brush just to smudge it out lightly right under the lash line. Now to really fill in that black and go in the waterline, I'm using the LA Girl Gel Liner. If you have more sensitive or watery eyes, I absolutely recommend this one. It stays all day and it works really well in the waterline. Okay, now that I had finished most of my eye for the time being, I wanted to start working on the actual skull part of it. So using that same gel eyeliner, I went and mapped out a tiny little nose right in black all over the point. As you can see with the gel pencil, I just wanted to draw the outline, so following that, I used a NYX Liquid Suede lipstick just to fill that in. And using the actual lipstick wand, I filled in where I had placed the LA Girl gel liner just to give it a darker appearance. And then taking that same NYX lipstick, I'm going in with a very, very small detail brush just to give it a little bit of extra length and definition. Skull makeup is one of my favorite to do just because it is something that is from the Dead Glam, so you don't have to be super precise with it. You can be messy. For this one, I just focused on really giving it color and making it super fun. Once I had filled it in completely with the NYX Liquid Suede, I went on top with that primal black color from NYX just to give it some more mattness. If this is a look you plan on wearing out, I definitely always recommend setting any cream, liquid products that you're using on the skin, just because it's really going to help with longevity. So here, not only did it help make it a little bit more matte, but it also was going to give it a lot more color. As you can see, I packed that color on with a small concealer brush, and then I switched over to that fine detail brush just to use that black shadow right into the little points. Using that same detail brush and spraying it with a little bit of the NYX Refresh Mist, I went in with that black eyeshadow and just gave it some lines of definition. You want to look a little bit more cracked and creepy and just give it a lot of color.
Are you scared?
Starting to work on the face outline, I'm going back in with that LA Girl gel liner. Taking the pencil, I go ahead and carve out 2 little half circles on the sides of my forehead right above my eyebrow. Once I did those half circles, I went alongside the contour, used that to sculpt what we are going to see as the cheekbones. Once I did that on both sides, I used a liquid eyeliner pen to go alongside the mouth and just map out the line that I will be doing the teeth on. And because while I was doing this look, I wanted to make it something that was quick and super fun and easy for anyone to do, you see me go back in a few times with the same products, go over certain things that I felt like needed more color. So you'll see here, I do have the areas placed down already, but you'll see me go back in at a lot more detail, a lot more color, and different products. I did have a headband on, but for this look, I would recommend making sure that you outline the sides of your face black to really give it the appearance of bone structure. So here I used that gel pencil. I went over with different eyeshadow powders as well, just to really give it dimension. One of the biggest tips I could give you would be to be very careful with black eyeshadow. As you can see here, it does give off really, really good color payoff. So you want to make sure to use the brushes that you know are going to pack it on well and not leave too much residue on the skin. Otherwise, it could get very messy. Once I packed on the color, you see me bring that in and diffuse it a little bit more just because I wanted to give the ombre effect coming in from the cheek. Using that same concealer brush, I'm going back in to pack the black on the sides of the face, using the gel liner to give that more of a defined line as well. When using products like this, I prefer this method just because it's something that you can go back in and work with. You can apply the products over each other without it getting too thick or messy, so it really gives you a lot of playroom. Taking that concealer brush just with a little bit of the extra black eyeshadow I had and applying it right on the outer corners of the eye. Using the black NYX Liquid Suede lipstick, I'm going in and mapping out the teeth on the side of the mouth. Depending on the look you are going for, you absolutely could draw the teeth on your mouth. It just depends on the type of skull you like or the look you want to go for. Today, because I had a certain vision in mind and of course I wanted to use some glitter, I just opted for using the teeth on the side of the mouth. When you're drawing the teeth, I find it easiest to use a detail brush just because you want to make sure that those lines are really small depending on the size of the teeth you're drawing and the space that you do have on the face. Here, this is more of a cream liquid lipstick, so using this you can blend it out really easily. It's really easy to work with a detail brush as opposed to using maybe an eyebrow brush or a concealer brush. Once you lay the general shape down, you can either leave that space empty, you can draw colors in there. I've seen some people do rainbow looks as well. I just went in with a little bit of banana powder to brighten. Using the NYX Primal color once more, giving a lot more dimension and definition, taking that on a larger eyebrow brush and filling over the outside lines. For today's application, I wanted to use the powder and something that was a lot more accessible for everybody, so I opted for the NYX Cream Liquid Lipstick as opposed to maybe water activated eyeliners or body paints, which I actually liked a lot because these products are really going to help blend over each other, as opposed to sometimes when using body paints or water activated liners, you do have a lot more work to do when waiting for dry time and working over each other. Taking a little bit of that black eyeshadow, going in and adding some more shape to the eye. As you can see, I really sculpted out the top of my crease and then brought that down to the outer corner. To darken up the teeth a little bit more, I went in with a separate eyeliner just to give more dimension and really fill out that shape. When you're drawing on the teeth, it does not have to be perfect whatsoever. You just want to kind of give the look of not necessarily little square teeth, but almost like a squarish little kiss. So make sure that from the corners of the mouth, you draw that line out and then you're drawing the top teeth and the bottom teeth. I also wanted to give the look almost like veins coming out in between the teeth. So once I did this step with the darker eyeliner, you'll see me go back in later with a very, very fine point eyeliner just to bring out those veins. For lipstick today, I'm using the Stila Matte Liquid Lipstick. Applying this all over the lips. I was going to just apply glitter right on top, but because they do dry a little bit more quickly, I did apply one coat of this lipstick first, and then you'll see me go on top with the next product. With the NYX glitter base, I'm tapping that in all over the bottom lip. This is a super thin product, so just work one lip at a time. Once you apply the glitter base, use the Lit Cosmetics glitter and pack that on the lip. For that step, just because I was being lazy and I didn't want to grab another brush and mess it up with glitter, I used my finger, but you definitely can use a brush if you have like a smaller lip space or you just want to give it that crisp, defined line. I wanted to give a little bit more color to my cheeks, so using the NYX Away We Glow powder, I tapped a little bit right onto the apples. For mascara today, I'm using the Essence Lash Effect Mascara, applying several coats to the top and bottom lashes. Once I had applied the mascara, I noticed I wanted to bring a little bit more red into the look, so using the NYX Professional Makeup Eyeshadow Palette, I'm taking that glitter red shade from the bottom and applying that to the inner corners and dragging it onto the bottom lash line. Using the melt stack again, I dip into the darker brown shade from that specific stack. Using that small contour brush, I wanted to give it more of a ghoul appearance, so using that dark brown, I'm going along my neck to really give it the dimension of the creepy dead look. This is just going to give you the appearance of like ghastly dead skin. Using the foundation brush, you see me blend it out. Go back in with some darker brown shades from the Dose of Colors. Really just depends on the look you're going for. You could definitely add a lot more color to give it that dimension and really pop out the collarbones. Just depends on your preference. But for this specific look, because I did use a lot of browns in the eyes, along the face, and in this specific makeup, I wanted to bring that all together and use it on the neck. Using Beauty Creations lashes and my favorite eyelash glue from Duo. This one has the applicator. It's super easy to apply. Not only that, I feel like with this one, it doesn't have any really white appearance, so it's super easy to apply. It doesn't get stuck all over the lashes, and it's really easy for removal. If you are a beginner to eyelashes, I definitely recommend purchasing this glue for the first time. And because I wanted to really pull this eye look together, I ended up adding some bottom lashes. These ones are from Ardell. They are not single lashes. They actually are like little lash trios. So I applied 2 on each side. And then as you can see, this is the part where I added more veins. So just using a really fine point ink eyeliner, I went into each little gap in the teeth and I added a little bit of dimension. If you have an eyeliner that's super fine point, or maybe it's running out of ink, that would be perfect for that part because you want to make sure it's almost vein-like. Grabbing that black eyeshadow again and the eyebrow brush, I'm going into the outer corners of the mouth and applying the black eyeshadow there just to really give the appearance of a pulled together glam skull. Once I added it to the outer corners, I added it to the inside of the mouth, just a little bit, right on the top and the bottom to really give it some more depth. I felt like I did have some red eyeshadow from that glitter I had placed on the bottom lash line, so I just went one more time with a mascara. And this is the finished Halloween glam. Thank you so much for watching today's Dead Glam Skull tutorial. This is hopefully something that everyone can try out no matter what style makeup you like, or if you're new, if you're a beginner, if you're professional, this is something fun that you can try out for this October. If there's any specific Halloween makeup looks you'd like to see from me, whether they be special effects, body painting, or just simple glam, drop a comment down below. If you'd like to see more makeup tutorials and beauty tips and tricks from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to see more videos. For this Halloween, I have so many different looks planned out for YouTube and also on Instagram, so if you want to see more behind the scenes and get some more spooky inspiration, go over to my Instagram at Natalie's Makeup. Thanks for watching!